Hello. Welcome to my live stream. I'm excited to be here another day, and let's get this thing started. And I will get Instagram going. Welcome to day 16 of going live or having to eat dog food. So I have the dog food on my desk, and if I don't go live one of these days through day 30, then I have to eat the dog food. And my dog is probably looking forward to it. I, however, would not be looking forward to it. So as is my ritual, hey buddy, be quiet. Put my day 16 up on the board, and then I keep forgetting to do this on the live stream, so I'll just do it now. Color in another day. These are not all equidistant, but that's okay. Progress, not perfection, right? All right, I'll finish coloring that in later, but just a signifier that I am more than halfway done with this challenge. I'm excited to have made it this far and been consistent. And if you haven't heard from the past ones, I'm doing this because my buddy Mike challenged me to share what I've been putting together really for the last 2 years, as I've been an ADHD coach working with people that have ADHD. Some of them are entrepreneurs, some of them are just digital natives, or what's the word that Cal Newport calls them? Just like digital workers that, we work at the computer, at our keyboards all day, and ADHD can be a real struggle as you're just trying to navigate life and trying to do work, especially work that maybe doesn't feel like it's designed for the way that our brains work. So today, I wanted to share a little bit of my story of going through a program called Infuse and how that helped me to kind of decide that I should call what I do being a coach, and just why that was so beneficial. So back in 2022, my friend Colby asked to go to coffee with me and told me about this program that he was doing that came out of the church, and it's a way to empower entrepreneurs to see what is the intersection of their work and our mission. And I went through it, and there were 5 other people in the programs with me, and it was great to have other people that were working on their ventures, that were figuring out what they were doing as we went along. And I kind of looked at what I was doing, and was like, well, I've been doing freelance work. I was getting jobs off of Upwork, and I was doing consulting around Notion, a piece of software that can help like startups and small businesses. And I knew that I didn't want to be doing that, but my favorite clients that I was helping with Notion, many of them had ADHD. I had been kind of coaching them and helping them to create like a second brain in Notion to organize their life and to kind of get on track and to be able to have a place where they could put tasks, where they could put projects, and where you can just visually see everything that you have going on in your life. Because some of the ADHD, it's easy to forget about certain projects if it's not in my face or if I'm not seeing it all the time. And so I found Notion super helpful. But then I started going through this program called Infuse and realized that the component of what I was doing that I loved the most was coaching. And that was something that I wanted to get better at, that I think I work well with people. I didn't want to just always, go into a meeting and figure out and do the project scope of a Notion consulting project and then go off by myself and just have to work on it, because that didn't work well for my ADHD. It worked better if I got to interact with people more frequently. And so Yeah, I dove into Infuse, and then one of the leaders, Andy, brought up like, "Hey, I've done coaching. I've gone through some coaching stuff. Does anybody in here want some coaching as a part of going through Infuse?" I was like, "Yes, I would love to do that." And we sat down. We did a couple of coaching sessions, and I was like, "Oh my gosh! Like this is very similar to stuff I've done in the past with other people. I love this." This was also what I was doing with some of my clients with Notion, was just asking questions and understanding what are the challenges that they're going through, and then figuring out together and collaboratively, like, what does it look like to solve this? And so thanks to Andy's coaching, I realized I wanted to be an ADHD coach. Um, I I've just studied like my own ADHD, and of course, when I was diagnosed when I was 6 years old, back in, let's see, that would be 1986, because I'm 44. Um, they just called it ADD and ADHD, but now there's the three subtypes: the hyperactive, inattentive, and combined type. So I'm likely either inattentive or combined because I had the ADD diagnosis. But yeah, just realizing that I love helping people. I love working with them. And so I started going through this process of becoming a coach and of working with other people. And I think that program, had it not been for that, I think I probably would have waffled around and just kind of gone to the next thing instead of done something. Like coaching was harder to do. And so having those other people around me helped to push me to try and do something that was harder to accomplish. And then I got a grant to like build out my website and to get more business coaching from it. And so, yeah, it was that first spark of seeing somebody in my life that gave me coaching helped me to really refine that process and to decide, oh yeah, I want to be a coach. And I was also meeting with two friends, Marco and Shruti, that I had met on Twitter. They were both coaches in their respective areas. And I think it was Marco that probably said, "Chris, you're a coach." Maybe it was Shruti, I don't remember. Both of them were like, "Hey, like what you're doing is coaching. Why not just call it coaching instead of whatever else I was calling it?" And I wrestled with that for probably a month or so until I was finally like, okay, yes, I am a coach. I feel called to help people just set the direction of their life and to help other people with ADHD to really find their focus and flow and to tap into the full potential of their brains. So yeah, that was my Infuse experience. I highly recommend going through other programs like that or going through Infuse. Having a structured program that really guides you. I know for me with ADHD, I can sometimes buck against having constraints, but yet I'm somebody that needs constraints in order to really thrive. And so it's this weird mix that I don't like the constraints, but yeah, I push against them, but yet that's exactly what I need is boundaries. So if that's you, find boundaries, find ways of being accountable to other people, whether that's coaching or whether that's going through a program or creating your own system and then building that out. Yeah, highly recommend it. So I think that's it for today. I am thankful that I have the ability to go on here and share these stories with you. It's so cool to be able to just like hop on and know that there's people watching this. And then even after I've done this, you could go back and watch the old videos. So like, that's just fascinating to me. That the work that I put together over the last 2 years, as I start to share it, people can benefit from that years later. So, yeah, I've got a wait list in the comments and in the descriptions of this video. So if you have ADHD and you want to be held accountable and you want help with that, sign up on the wait list and I'll tell you about the group coaching program as soon as it's ready to launch, which hopefully will be soon after doing this. I'll likely be doing some workshops and some online webinars about it to just share more and kind of condense down some of the things that I've shared through these 30 days of going live. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. If you don't see me tomorrow, then I will have to eat this dog food because I am doing the 30 days go live challenge or eat dog food. So I've got this sitting on my desk as a reminder to go live. Yet another example of a boundary to put in place and to hold yourself accountable publicly. But yeah, thanks for joining. Happy Monday. Tomorrow is the election, so we will find out who is going to be our president. That will be interesting because I think it is contentious. Either way, whoever gets voted in, I think the other group might be upset about it. So we shall see what happens. Have a good night, and I will see you again soon. Let's see if I can stop